In today's Sales Tips for Success, I'm going to help you answer the dreaded question, so what do you charge? Hey there, I'm Nafissa Shireen, success coach for entrepreneurs, and welcome to Living Forward TV for the best tips and mindset strategies on how you can make a big leap in your income so that you can design your life all around your personal freedom. Consider subscribing to my channel and click the bell notification and you will be on your way. Okay, you know the scenario. You're out networking or you're on the phone or you're somewhere with an ideal prospect for you and you are about to start qualifying them, but before you can even open your mouth and find out what they need and how you can help them, they just blurt out,
"What do you charge?"
Well, you know what, okay, let's get a do-over.
So, what do you charge?
My regular fee is $5,000, but since your cousin and my cousin kind of know each other, I can give you a discount. No, that's not good either. Let me try that again.
So, what do you charge?
A lot? Okay, I was having a little bit of fun there, but does any of that sound familiar? Have you ever been in that situation? If so, tell me below and tell me what that question does for you. And I want to assure you that you are in the right place because by the end of this video, you're going to learn how to handle that question in a way that you, A, don't blow the sale, and B, undercut yourself. And make sure you stay till the end because I have a resource for you that's going to teach you how to find more warm leads and prospects. And when you do find them, I'm giving you the exact word-for-word scripts that you can use to easily and gracefully transition them from a professional conversation into a discovery session, sales conversation, or an invitation to get on your calendar. The first rule about how to answer that question is don't answer that question. I'm not telling you to hide your prices or be cagey with your client. That's the last thing I want you to do. In fact, you need to stand behind your prices, and probably if I were to dig into your business, you actually need to charge a little more, but that's a topic for another day. But when a prospect or an ideal client leads with that question, it's completely out of context, and that's because they probably don't know what they're looking for or how to compare what you do to someone else, and so the only thing they know how to do is to ask, what does it cost? But just take yourself out of the equation for a moment and let's look at a situation that doesn't involve you at all. Just imagine somebody who wants to go on vacation walks into a travel agency and says, how much is a cruise? Well, you know the first thing a travel agent's going to say is, well, it could be $500 or $50,000. Let's talk a little bit about what your vacation goals are. Where do you want to go? How long do you want to go for? How do you want to travel? There's so many questions that have to be figured out to identify then what's the right cruise for that person and then what does that cost? And it's the same for you. It's just as ridiculous to answer that question without knowing everything you need to know in order to make the right offer for that client. And so when a prospect asks that question, all you have to simply say to them is, I would love to answer that question. And at the same time, I have no idea what you need. Is it okay if I ask you a few questions first so I can understand what it is you want to accomplish and really learn what you need so that I can make the proper recommendation and let you know the investment at that time. This way, you're taking the focus off what doesn't matter, and that's the price, and you're putting the focus on what does matter, and that's the client and their goals. And you're positioning yourself as an expert and a leader that they can trust and who can help them solve their problem. And yeah, there's going to be people that don't accept that, and they'll say to you, can you just give me a ballpark figure then? Well, you still don't know what they actually need and if you can help them. And so do not just throw out a random number that you might regret later. Stick to your ground. Because the last thing you want to do is undercut yourself, charge too little, or perhaps lose somebody who is a great client for a smaller package by throwing out too high a number. What you can say, and it works really well for most people, is, look, if there's anything I've learned is that there's no two people who are alike. If I just throw out a ballpark number, then I'm making assumptions based on what somebody else needs. And I'd actually like to give you an accurate quote. So let's take a few minutes, dive into what you need, and then I can make a proper recommendation for you and give you the prices so that you can make a fully informed decision. I understand it can feel really awkward not to answer a direct question. After all, as humans, that's what we're trained to do, is to answer questions. But in this situation, when the client is asking you that direct question, it's not in service to them to answer it. The reason they're answering it is because they don't really know how else to differentiate you, how to value the service, or what they actually need. And when a client or a prospect leads with price, it's because they're not actually thinking about the true value of the benefit that they're going to get from making this purchase or making this investment. In their mind at that time, the only thing they're seeing is the cost. Your job is to help them understand the value of the solution that they're seeking. And quite frankly, until you actually know what that person needs and if you can help them or not, the price is irrelevant. Yes, it's absolutely part of the equation. They have to know that the value of what they're getting exceeds what they're investing, of course. And that's why you need to ask them questions to find out what their need is and to see if your product or service will fill that need. And if it does, that's when you can let them know about the investment, and then the client or prospect has an opportunity to make a fully informed decision and decide if there's value there to them in order to move forward. And if the prospect simply refuses to answer any questions or engage with you further until they get a price, I can 100% guarantee you they are not going to buy anything. They may think that they're planning to buy, but their subconscious mind is already throwing up roadblocks, looking for any reason they can not to move forward. A valued colleague of mine once said, "Nobody asks more questions than somebody who is not about to buy." And it is so true. When I go back through all the sales conversations I've had in my lifetime, that has been a true 100% of the time. And so if a prospect is hung up on price and doesn't want to go any further, I suggest you protect your space, you protect your energy, and you protect your company by not even entering into a sales conversation with them. And a very simple, firm, and kind way to do that is to say, if price is all you're considering, then I'm probably not the service provider you're looking for. However, you're probably going to find that most people are genuinely looking for a solution. They just didn't know what to ask. And when you take leadership and you show them that you and your company and your services are not just about a set fee or getting their money, but about finding out what's right for them, they're going to so appreciate that you looked after their best interest. They're going to open up. They're going to feel relieved. They're going to feel that you are a trusted advisor that they can work with. And more than likely, they're going to become a client. And if you're looking for more people to make offers with and have sales conversations with, after all, that is the best way to make more sales and make more money, then I've got you covered, because below this video, there's a link to a resource where I teach you where you can find more warm leads and prospects, and I also give you word-for-word scripts so that when you do meet them, that you can easily transition them into a sales conversation, discovery session, or at the very least an invitation to get on your calendar. All you have to do is go to the link below, grab it, and it's yours. If you found today's video helpful, then I would love to hear from you. Tell me below what you found most helpful. Remember to give me a thumbs up, and of course, spread the love and share this with somebody who you know is struggling with this same challenge. And I would also like to get to know you personally. I'd love to invite you to join me in the free Living Forward TV Facebook community. It's a great place where you can network, meet amazing entrepreneurs, grow your business, and get daily interaction, inspiration, and contact with me. All you have to do is go to livingforwardcommunity.com, click the Join Now button, and I'll see you on the inside.